665. Turn on ratings and reviews. Makes it easier for customers to find you on Facebook. Interesting. 1-800-65. That's 1-800-529-54. 800-529-5465.
This is much better. Wow. Look, I don't have this big better now.
Yeah, a little bit more.
But wait. Now, they didn't.
Are you okay?
No.
No. He can't pull.
I can't pull the.
Can't pull the what?
The keyboard.
The pull keyboard. They stuck it.
I could read his mind.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right.
Real slow.
Well, I was getting
We
it
always start the show off so.
to it, and you actually changed that up, you know. But once again, folks, this is where we answer your immigration questions. Phone lines are blazing right now. Want to remind you all that Brad Bernstein is an attorney. We do have a managing attorney here. And your name?
Me? Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
What's up?
Jacqueline is in the building. She's here on the Brad and Squeeze show. She will be answering immigration questions also along with Brad Bernstein. Bradford Bernstein. Bradford H. Bernstein.
That is my name. Don't wear it out. Nobody knew my name.
Hey.
Leonard.
And if nobody knows your name, you're never in the game. Just want to let you know
Well, I
that.
know why she said Leonard.
Why?
A very famous composer. Leonard Bernstein.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
I didn't think about it at that moment. Oh, nice to show up to work. It's amazing. The guy shows up to work. He hasn't showed up to work all week. He hasn't been here 7 straight days.
Daniel, you know, this is an equal opportunity room. Black people and one white guy in the room. You have to balance out a room. We had 3, so we need to balance it out, you know?
Yeah,
I'm very happy that you're back.
I'm kind of like in a good medium right now. Right in the middle.
I'm sorry I didn't get you Joe and the juice, man. 1-800, I got everybody else but not you. It's
good.
I didn't know Jacqueline was
good.
coming. I would have gotten her one.
It's okay. I'm not offended. I got some coffee right
Oh.
here. Little pick me up.
It'll pick me up. All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Look at that name. Why is that name called? Yeah, you know, that's his name. That's not... that's because I know.
Wow.
Your own language right now.
No. Brad knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it's because I just sent that email saying, hey,
Yeah.
you're the one that you know. This is weird. That was weird. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the number once again is 1-800-529-5465. Did I start my Facebook? No, I didn't.
That was so weird.
Very weird. 1-800-529-5465. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze show. Jacqueline, you're a managing attorney here. What we do here in the Brad and Squeeze? What is it, that show?
Oh, you.
We answer immigration
Yeah.
questions.
I like that.
We answer immigration
Nice.
questions.
What else do we do, Brad?
We answer immigration questions.
All right,
That's what we do here.
Are you ready to go to a question?
We're ready to go to a question.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the first one.
All right, line 1. You ready? Here we go.
Okay, all right.
Let's go to line 2.
Okay, all right.
Line 3 has a very important.
Remember what happened in the previous show?
Four.
Everybody. We actually,
Line 5.
so many calls in the end
Line 7.
that we had to stay on the air to answer the social
Should I
media
call
questions.
people and ask them
What's the
questions?
question?
I should ask them questions. Like, let's call some of the viewers and say, Brad and Squeeze have questions for you. What are you eating right now?
What am I eating?
That's the question I'm going to ask the viewers.
Oh, all right.
We can call them.
Thing to know that nothing is eating you
Nothing is eating me.
Yeah.
Other than the
is
good fact that people wait
until the last minute.
Last second
Everyone
calls.
just wait, and then when you ask them why did you wait, no, I was just listening.
having to
Sing
and
first.
then we ended up 20 minutes late
Yes,
at 10 o'clock. To
and we
answer
can't get back to our regular scheduled programming.
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465. I'll tell you what, 65. I'll get you a call, Brad. It's 7 minutes after 12 o'clock. Annakie, right here on the Brad and Squeeze show. My name is David Squeeze. Bradford H. Bernstein happens to be the attorney that will be answering questions along with another attorney, Jacqueline, a managing attorney. And we're now lines. If you do call now, I guarantee you that you will get through. If you don't get through, I will never get. I will change my back on the show ever again. Now opening up all 12.
By the way, Tamika Nelson said she got my name correct this morning. She did not. Nobody got my name correct.
Nobody got it.
It was
based on what I've seen.
Bradford, my full H. Bernstein
Yeah.
name. I have not say my full name. We had a caller call and say my name was Leonard, and then we're like, where did Leonard come from? But then I realized Leonard Bernstein after the fact.
What is the H for?
Um,
Question.
H was Noir, but not Harry Spar. On my father's side, there was another Harry who died a few weeks before I was born. I don't know who that
Still
Harry
Harry,
was.
yeah.
Still
But
Harry.
my
Ages Harry.
parents did not like the name Harry. But you name after somebody who
Yeah.
recently passed. So they just threw in the H.
I mean, there's nothing.
Wait, so
Nothing.
just H?
Just H.
It's
So
not
on my
Harry.
birth certificate.
You're like
Oh
Homer
my
Simpson.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so on my birth certificate, it says Bradford H. Period Bernstein.
Wow.
Yes.
The man with no middle
Yes.
name.
Your life, it seems so.
Every middle, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
It's like you're on the run.
I'm on the run.
So
Couldn't afford the whole name. We could only afford the first letter. Couldn't afford any letters after that.
Wow.
Yes.
What an interest. You should share that story more often. That's so interesting.
Why is that interesting? I don't know.
You
Very
had-
interesting.
yeah.
Nobody.
I've never
You have
heard
an
that.
initial as your
Yeah.
middle
Yes.
name.
The only other person who I've ever seen have an initial was H. Thurston Howell from Gilligan's Island. Had the H. He was the millionaire who was married to Lovey on Gilligan's Island.
I don't know any other characters.
You don't know any of the characters?
I know Gilligan, the skipper, and
The professor.
The
And the
Mary Ann.
and Marianne.
Blanche.
That's where it
Right.
ends.
Ginger.
Ginger. Yeah.
Ginger was the starlet.
Yeah. Ginger.
And then there was the millionaire and the wife, who was H. Thurston Howell. I only know this because when I was a little kid, I would watch Gilligan's Island.
Just for the H.
Just for the H. No other reason. Right. Guy was actually a dork, the millionaire.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything related to him other than the H.
I was born in 1991.
So you were born in the era of like Saved by the Bell? Did you watch
that's
Saved
a
by
little
the
bit
Bell? Or that's
before me,
even
but I
before
watched
you.
it.
That's even
Yeah.
before
I
you.
watched it, but yeah, it's before.
Right,
me.
like, all right, so Saved by the Bell is before. So you were Beverly Hills 90210?
no,
No, that was before you
That
too?
was-
I don't know. That's just never been a part
Never
of my life.
part of your life.
before
That's
his-
just white kids in Beverly Hills. That's
Yeah,
not, that has
never
nothing to do
relevant.
with you.
I don't know. They didn't have television where I came from.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
what
there was no
what
television.
were the TV shows in the 90s that you watched as a kid?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I watched that.
Family Matters, Growing
Family
Pains,
Matters?
Different strokes.
Different Strokes.
Which one was Family Matters? Was that with Kirk Cameron?
That was with Urkel. No,
that was Urkel.
Yeah, Growing Pains.
Oh, The Growing Pains was Kirk Cameron.
Sean,
Urkel.
stand by. We're coming
I
at you,
remember
Sean.
Urkel.
I'm trying to break these guys up,
Right.
but you know.
Jamal White.
Who's that?
That was Urkel. That was Jaleel White. Jaleel
Yeah.
White. That was Urkel.
Oops.
Right?
Nobody likes Chris.
Everybody hates Chris.
Everybody hates Chris.
Oh, the Chris
Like,
Rock
I'm thinking
thing?
about nobody listens
Yeah.
to Squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody hates Chris.
What else was in the 90s?
Just TV shows. Boy Meets World was
Boy Meets
popular.
World.
That's So Raven.
Transformers.
Yeah.
That-
No.
Came
just
out
like
before too.
Keenan and
Yeah,
Kel. Like
Transformers
these
was
are
good.
all the.
See, I didn't watch any of this because I was already an adult.
Let's see if you know.
Adult at that point.
Falcon Crest. All right, let's see if any of you know about this.
I was already in a Falcon Crest was the soap opera on Channel 7.
Dallas.
Dallas was the soap opera with Who Killed J.R.
I know.
Dynasty
Dynasty.
was also the soap opera.
I know Young and the Restless. My mom used to love that.
I'm going to tell you, you know what my favorite show, believe it or not,
What?
growing up, was,
Happy Days.
no,
Don't say
Fat
General
Albert.
Hospital.
Fat Albert I did like. General Hospital, no, but good guess. Good Times,
Good
do
Times.
you remember
that
Good
was funny.
Times?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before me, but TV
Yeah.
Land caught me up.
Yeah, Good Times was
Yeah.
great.
What's his face grew up in the Bronx? The skinny
Jimmy.
black guy.
JJ.
JJ. Yeah.
Jimmy JJ Walk.
JJ Walker. Yeah,
JJ.
yeah, and
Exactly.
Dynamite!
and you know,
caller, please.
Florida
Stand by,
Mom.
Sean. We're coming.
Yeah,
died a few years ago.
I remember that.
Oh.
Yes,
I
and
was traveling to Florida when it happened.
you were traveling to Florida when Florida Bob died.
Yeah, and we like stopped for a rest break, and it was on the TV.
Yeah, it was on the. I remember seeing that on the news that Florida from Good Times died.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But you know, the Jeffersons were pretty good too.
oh yeah,
Jeffersons were great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I love all the old black
Right.
shows. Like
Yeah.
I love.
Do you ever watch Sanford and Son?
Yes.
Sanford and Son.
I have to
Yes.
educate
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
awesome.
coming, Stella. I'm coming.
I love him. I
Yeah.
love Red Fox.
Did you ever watch? What was the movie with Rerun? This TV show with Rerun.
What's Happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely watched
best
that.
the best one is I don't know why I have the sticks in my head is when the Doobie Brothers came.
And they
and
needed
they
the mixtape.
yeah, they made the mixtape, and I don't know.
Kai, how would you know all that
That
stuff?
sticks in my head from when I was a kid, and we were going, "Which do be you be?"
That
I just remember that line.
honestly
as a kid.
shouldn't even know much.
I
about
shouldn't
these
know
things.
about. How do I remember like lines from What's Happening?
That's the reason why you're so.
Yeah, and Roger was the dorky kid,
Yeah,
right? And
Raj.
Dwayne.
And then
Dwayne was the hanger-on guy. Rerun was the fat kid who knew how to dance.
and the annoying little sister. Was it Trudy?
Like I said,
Yeah.
where I come from,
Oh
there's
yeah, who
no
was like
television.
a smart ass.
Yeah.
The little girl. I don't remember her name.
You have to stand with the left leg and hold your hands up with a wire hanger to get television where I came from.
No,
Who's that?
I'm
Who
going to
would
tell you
walk
something.
and who would stand?
I'm going to tell you something. Squeeze. Coming from a man who is just driving a Ferrari, we just don't believe that. Why don't we just believe that? I don't believe that. Sorry.
Was born with it, man.
You were not born with the Ferrari?
No.
You were born with the Ferrari keys in your hands.
No, I was
You were. Yes.
was-
Joanna told me when you were born, she handed you keys to a Ferrari. It was in your crib. You know, like some people were born with silver spoons in their mouth.
Yeah.
Squeeze was born with Ferrari keys in his
Set of
hands.
keys.
A set of keys
And
in his
driving
hands.
gloves.
Can we get to Sean, please?
No, this is what
Sean is waiting to get his immigration questions answered. Jacqueline wants to answer his question because everybody's calling 1-800-529-5465 to get their immigration questions answered. Daniel is back. All right. Poor dude.
Yes.
You lambasted him the whole time he was away.
Smiley Smith said Bradford. I didn't see Bradford anywhere.
Just listen
When
to
did
the
you
show.
say Bradford, Smiley?
Sean?
And then
can we get to Sean,
Queen
please?
of my Castle Lee said someone did say Bradford, but I never saw that. I'm gonna go back.
didn't see that either.
I'm gonna go back and look at the
comments, it did
at
happen
the
a couple
comments.
times.
There was comments that said Bradford.
Just a couple.
Oh, so
Well, there is.
whoever said Bradford is correct.
Yeah, they
and
can-
get those names down. Go back and look. Get those names down. They
take care
were
of it.
promised free credit counsel, not free
Credit repair.
credit repair for 1 month.
Correct. We'll send them a direct message.
We will send them a direct message and CC USA Credit Repair. We'll do that after the show. Anyone who said Brad, we're going to go back and look at the tape because we have all the comments there,
Yeah, all the comments are there.
right?
Want to say pleasant good afternoon to Anthony Jacko, who just tuned in. Ma Dukes, thank you so much. Sean, it's your turn.
Sean.
Morning.
Sean.
Good afternoon, Sean.
Morning.
Sean, you see, I'm fighting for you here, right?
Morning.
Yeah, man, me hear y'all fight, man. Me hear y'all fight.
All right, so what's your question for Brad? See that you call Bradford, by the way. See that you call 1-800-529-5465, just like everybody else.
Yeah, man. All right, Mr. Bradford.
Yeah.
I'm a holder of a 2-year green card presently. I have a stepdaughter back in Jamaica. She has a child. Is it possible to adopt that child?
You have a stepdaughter. How is she your stepdaughter?
From a previous relationship?
Were you married to this woman?
No.
Okay. How old is this child?
She's 16.
Well, no, it's too late to adopt because you had to adopt before 16, number one. Two, she had to be orphaned.
No. The mother of the child is 16.
The mother of the child is 16.
My stepdaughter is 16.
Oh, I see.
Unfortunately, she is 16, but the baby is like 10 months old.
I see. The answer is if you are a citizen, yes, but we have to strip the mother of her parental rights to make the child an orphan.
No, well, I'm not a citizen yet. I only got my 2-year green card. So,
Okay, what about? All right, but you're married to a woman who's a citizen,
Yes, I am.
so she can do the adoption, but it has to be done properly in terms of stripping the child of its parental rights. This baby is not in America right now.
No,
Right.
she's not. They're still in Jamaica.
Okay, so it would be your wife she's the citizen who does the orphan petition, but the child has to be an orphan. Okay, orphan means the parents are dead or the parents get stripped of their parental rights. We're not going to go off and kill the 16-year-old girl, obviously, so we got to strip her of her parental rights. So how do you strip her of parental rights? She's incapable of caring for this child. And the government has, and the Jamaican child's, I forgot what they're called down in Jamaica, child protection services, whatever they're called down in Jamaica, who is in charge of children, I don't remember their exact. They always changed. They were called something years ago, and then they changed about 3 years ago their name. Same people, same building, same everything. They just changed their name, and they have to get involved, and they have to strip the mother of her parental rights, show that the mother's incapable of caring for the child, show that the father's not in the child's life. Now the child is an orphan. Now you can file an orphan petition. I'm sorry, the father's not in the life, I would assume.
Oh, no, I'm the one taking care of everybody.
All right, so come see us because we got to do it the right way. The worst thing in the world that happens, I'll tell you what, the biggest mistake people make is that they go down to Jamaica or whatever country this child is in, they do the adoption in that country, and then they get consent from the parents to bring for the adoption, which seems like the appropriate thing to do. Except
Yeah, we've been through this so many times.
as soon as you get consent from the mother or the father for an adoption, it's not an orphan. The parents just gave you consent to adopt. You can only, unless the country has signed on to the Hague Convention, which Jamaica hasn't. Other countries have. Many countries have not. You can only bring an orphan to America.
Okay.
Come see me.
Very important.
All
right,
All right, so hold on, my brother.
Thank you.
One question. Hold on.
Oh, you got one additional question.
How long after, say I got my 2-year green card now, it's going to be up next year. How long after?
Whoa.
Hello?
Hello? I don't know what happened there.
He's still there, though.
Hello? No,
Maybe
yeah, but he just got cut off.
The phone.
But he's still there.
Mm.
Maybe they took him in the back.
Maybe they did. Maybe they took him in the back and beat the hell out of him. He said,
I
no
don't
more
think so.
questions.
No, but they do that sometimes when some people are coming
No
through the
more
airport.
questions.
When some people are coming through
They
immigration,
beat the hell out of you.
they took them in the back. No, they don't. They took him in the
I'm
back.
kidding, no.
They take him in the back.
I don't scare people.
That would
They're like,
be the
this lawyer saying that immigration's beating people. They're not beating people up.
By the way, folks, let me
Just
disclaim
making a
he was
joke.
just making
I was making
a joke.
yes.
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465.
Thank you, Candice. It's the Child Development Agency, the CDA. Thank you. They used to be called the Jamaican Child Adoption Board or something like that, and then they recently changed their name. But thank you, Candy, for telling me what the name is.
1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call if you have a question about how do you get your green card in this country. How many of you are out of status right now? You don't have a green card. You don't have a work permit. Okay, some of you got married. The relationship didn't work out. You got abused or it just didn't work out. What can you do? Do you have that question? How many of you have got friends and relatives back home and you're wondering how can they come here legally to stay here, work with you, and be with you? All right? How many of you have got kids and you want to bring them here? Ladies and gentlemen, I am opening up all 12 lines right now for you to speak with two attorneys. Bradford H. Bernstein.
That's one.
And Jacqueline, don't know the last name.
Aruk.
Aruk.
The Aruk.
That's
But
pretty cool.
The initial
What
is
is-
not just.
What are you? Are you Beth? I don't even know.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful name.
1-800-529-5465.
I like Brooke.
Yeah.
1-800.
I didn't know what your middle name was.
529.
We're just having a conversation. You do what you need to do, okay?
I am just trying to get the calls in.
Don't
Sean
worry
is
about
back.
it. I didn't know your middle name. That's okay.
1-800-529-5465.
I assume it was on
just
your
in case
resume
you want
when
to
I
get in status or want to
interviewed
figure out how to do
But
that,
I haven't looked
you
since.
can call that
Middle
number.
names are kind of
They're-
like
yes,
whatever.
lame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know my son?
1-800-529-5465.
I had a grandpa Mo.
No.
Okay, who passed away right before my son was born, Zachary.
And his last name is not F.O., right?
Okay, so we were going to put his middle name as Mo, but then everyone said can't be Mo because then in the schoolyard they're all going to say homo, and all that
That's
stuff.
why you
right?
didn't do it?
So we didn't do it. That was the only reason he wasn't named after Grandpa Mo.
Please help us here.
So because everyone's like, in the schoolyard is going to be homo.
529-5465.
So
We've got
now.
5 calls holding.
So now you continue doing what you
See,
want.
we have more calls
So
when we do
now
this. 1-800-529-5465.
his middle initial is just M.
Immigration questions will be answered in
Zachary
60
M.
seconds.
Bernstein. I got the idea because my parents gave me the age.
1-800-529-5465.
No,
The show is about
it's
answering
the
immigration
Bernsteins don't get middle names. They just get a letter.
1-800-529-5465.
So he's Zachary
The show is
M.
created by the
Bernstein.
law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
Because we didn't want him to
And
be a
there will be
homo.
a group.
Nobody's gonna deal with identity because they're gonna guess the middle name.
1-800-529-5465. 3 people
Do you know
speaking
my
over me.
daughter Gabriella?
1-800-529-5465.
She has a
Stand by
real
Sean,
name.
stand by
Okay.
Daly, stand by James, stand by Kamisha. We're coming at you very shortly.
Feels bad about it.
1-800-529-5465. That is the
Gabriella
Squeeze Show. To
was
get your
originally
questions
going
answered.
to be Ariella.
1-800-529-5465.
She's going to be made fun because of the mermaid.
Calls 23 bucks
She's
after
going to be
the
the
hour.
mermaid, Ariel the mermaid, you know. That was from the 90s, you know. Ariel the mermaid.
That's my
The
childhood.
Little Mermaid, so I didn't want to call her the mermaid, so we changed it from at the last second from Ariel to Gabriella.
It would have definitely been Areola.
Yeah, or Ariel, right?
Kids would have said.
Right, exactly. So we think about, you don't want to be made fun of,
Yeah.
But she got a real middle name now.
Stand by,
That's a
folks. We're
worrisome
coming
way to
at
live.
you
Yeah.
Name your
shortly
kids certain names.
as one of the calls fell off.
What is
Hope the other kids
Squeeze?
don't tease them.
1-800-529-5465.
You know what Squeeze's middle name is?
My middle name is Daly. He's on hold right now.
Squeeze. All right. So what are
Daly?
we doing? Sean.
Sean called back.
Yeah,
also.
Sean.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. What was your other question?
How long before I could apply for citizenship? Like I'm a 2-year-old and older.
90 days before the 3-year anniversary of your green card.
So long as you're still married.
Yeah, well, he's still
90
married. I remember from when we spoke to him 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Before you go,
Make the
by the way,
appointment see us about the child.
quick question for all of you.
Will do.
Okay.
What?
No, you can go.
Oh, no, Sean, maybe he wants to answer it.
No, I'm asking all of you.
Okay, Sean, we're going to go.
How long
Please
is
has a question for
How
you.
long is a Chinaman's name?
What?
How long is a Chinaman's name?
What?
I'm
We
asking.
don't, that sounds racist to me.
It's
I don't
not.
want I don't
It's
want
not. He doesn't get it. It's
that. That sounds very racist.
How long?
How long is it? It's racist because you're making fun of
Bradford.
how long.
No, that's not it. How long? HOLUNG is a
Chinese name.
Yes, it's a Chinese name. That's
I
not
know,
racist.
but it sounds racist.
No,
to me.
it's not. See how quickly you jump to that?
Right. It's like
That's like saying.
when there was
That's like saying Bernstein
when there was that Korean airline.
Bernstein-
Did you ever see that
is a Jewish name.
on the internet when the Korean airline crashed? In San Francisco because they had a this was about 5 years ago, and like 2 or 3 people died in that plane crash, and they had somebody call into the news and said they were from the FCC, and this is the names of the pilots because it was a brand new pilot who was flying. So then the newscaster, you never saw this on the internet, it's on YouTube, you can
Didn't
look
see
at it
that.
right now, and the newscaster said, "This just in from the FCC, we have the names of the pilot. The first name of the pilot is Wee Too Low. The second one."
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's a real name.
So yeah,
It's a real
it
name.
was racist.
No, it's a real name.
So Wee Too Low is the name, and it kept going on and on.
But
It's on YouTube. It's a real
name.
It's a real. Right.
Bernstein is a Jewish name. Anyway, let's get to Daly. Daly.
Go look it up. Wee Too Low News. Yep. Daly.
Come up with, man.
Daly.
Daly, what's up, man?
Not much.
I got 2 attorneys here who were talking over me earlier, along with Kyle. Daniel was pretty cool. All right? So what is your question for the 2 attorneys and Kyle that was speaking over me while I was trying to get you on?
Yes, I was trying to. I'm trying to. I had a friend of mine. He was calling to ask you. He has some children in Jamaica. He filed for them in 2006. Unfortunately, something went wrong. They approved and he didn't get to take them here. So he's wondering if he can file over for them again, or if the 2006 priority date, if that's good.
Well, 2 things. Number one, he filed in 2006. The kids never came. It's possible that case was never denied at the National Visa Center and still exists there. If it still exists there, then you get to keep that priority date. If it doesn't exist and you're going to file a new I-130 for the same children in the same category by the same petitioner and it's the same beneficiaries, you can ask the Immigration Service to give you back that old priority date back from 2006. So he may have to file a new I-130, but he will get the opportunity to keep the old priority date.
Okay.
All right?
I'll pass on information.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Sorry about that. Someone told me that they weren't hearing the caller. That's because it was not plugged in. And someone says my microphone is low. But that's because it was not plugged in. My apologies.
I am going to allow Jacqueline. Come take a seat.
Just pull up that chair.
Pull up a chair. Join us. It's a party.
Our attorney's in the room.
I'll go with Jacqueline because I've been hogging the questions. Jacqueline?
Yes.
I'm going to sit back and relax and stretch out a little bit while you speak to Kanisha. Kanisha.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kanisha. How are you? And my apologies. I was actually trying to get you on with one of the attorneys, but they were busy having a chat about middle names. All right? But it's your turn now.
Okay. I enjoyed listening to you guys. Anyway, I'm calling on behalf of a friend. Is it true that there is a new law that persons are on a visitor's visa, if they overstay when they get married, to put their papers in, they'll be denied?
No, there's no law in existence like that. Now, obviously, if they overstay their visa, they still accrue unlawful presence, but if their spouse is a United States citizen under
Is your
the law,
microphone on? I don't
that's
hear you.
forgiven.
I don't hear you through my...
It should be on.
Okay.
It is on.
So there is no new law,
Uh-huh.
but obviously it's case-by-case basis, so we think you should come in, we'll review that case, and we'll let you know, if there's
What was
something to
her
worry about.
question? Because I was pointing at 100
If there's
directions.
a new law in
Uh-huh.
effect that if you overstay your B2 visa, that you will be automatically denied when you get married.
No, not true.
Yeah.
NT, not true.
She said to me, there's a new law. If you're here on visitor's visa and you're married, when you put your papers in, they're going to deny it. I said, no, I haven't heard that yet. She said, my sister called me this morning saying it happened to her daughter's friend.
No,
The sister...
that would not be the reason.
The daughter may have been denied, but it was not because she married a U.S. citizen and overstayed her time. It was for some other reason.
I asked her if maybe the girl in question in here, if she had a criminal record, or maybe it's just that they didn't have proof.
You want to bet what happened? If I had to bet, Squeeze.
What would you bet?
I would bet that the person got married within the first 90 days.
I was about to say that initially.
Got married within the first 90 days of her entry, and they said
Fraud.
that you came to the United States for visiting and got married, and you're denied for fraud. That's probably, and we talk about that all the time, but that's been the law for the last 35 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Right. All right?
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you. That's my guess. I don't know, though, but that's my guess.
I was thinking maybe it was
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
criminal. I don't know.
No, it's probably a fraud issue.
Okay.
A fraud issue. All right.
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
Thank you,
Have a
Kanisha.
good day.
All right. Once again, folks, you're in tune to the Brad and Squeeze Show. We just have another attorney joined us, family law attorney Megan.
What's up?
Just Megan.
Just Megan.
Just Megan is
Did
in
you
the
watch
building.
Just Megan in the 90s?
That's a real thing.
That was a real,
Megan.
yes, a
Yeah.
TV show, Just Megan.
Y'all weren't born.
Megan, do you have a middle name?
I do.
What is it?
Ray.
Oh, that's pretty
Ray?
cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
R-A-E.
A drop of golden sun.
Yep. Named after my grandma.
Do you know, you don't know that song, do you, Squeeze?
No.
They didn't sing that song. Did you?
No idea.
I gotta
No
ask,
idea?
I gotta ask my mom why they gave me that initial middle name.
What
I'm not telling
what
you
was
that.
the initial
I'm
middle
not
name?
telling you.
Wait a
I'm
minute,
not
what?
telling you.
He changed, when he became a
You
citizen.
changed your own name?
I could go back and look on his citizenship application.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. But when he became a citizen on his naturalization certificate, I know his name is David, and he made his middle name Squeeze.
He really did?
Yes, so his official,
So legally, your middle name
legally
is Squeeze?
is now Squeeze.
Nice.
Right, but it
What's
was
wrong
something
with-
different, like Eugene. It was it like something like that, really
He's like
strange,
old man.
old manish name, like Eugene, or
Why does it everyone beats up on me? Like,
You changed your middle name.
change your middle name.
So interesting.
Yes.
now my mom knows.
Mm-hmm.
1-800-529-5465. Let's go to James.
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 Hey, how you doing, Squeeze?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm calling in reference for a friend who
Okay.
is currently married but separated
All
with
right.
a few years left on his green card, and I, wanted to help him file for his citizenship, but he's kind of worried because I think she has been filing tax for him for a minute now, but for the past 3-4 years, she has not been his affidavit of support because he's currently residing with someone else.
Squeeze, what's
that
the
he
answer
has
for this?
Kids with.
Because he's just speaking to you.
I normally don't answer immigration questions, but he's asking me to ensure that you're hearing, and I know you are hearing.
I am hearing it.
Yeah.
But Jacqueline knows the answer to this.
I do. You don't need an affidavit of support to naturalize. You just need to be filing your taxes.
And his concern is he's not with his wife anymore.
That is
but as long as you've had a
issue.
green card for more than 5 years, it really doesn't matter.
Good.
Okay.
So he's good to go.
Good news. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
And thanks a lot, you know.
All right.
Right.
I know.
Oh, so,
You cut
sorry.
him off. You cut him off.
Well, because he asked you the question and I'm answering it.
You offended?
A little.
He really wasn't asking me. He really
You're
was.
being honest.
If I'm being honest, yes. He goes, hey, Squeeze, how are you? I got a question for you. So I'm like, all right.
Well, everybody knows I don't answer the question.
You-
Okay.
you-
Can we go to
you
Sharon?
knew the answers to that.
Yeah.
By the way, Megan is a family and matrimonial lawyer here.
Yes, I
We can
am.
take questions on what subjects, Megan, will we take questions on today?
Child support,
Child support, custody.
visitation,
Visitation.
divorce, orders of protection in family court, ACS cases, SIJ, special immigrant juvenile cases, adoption.
Anything to do with family
Anything
court,
to do with your family. Family
your
court.
family.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's a really good, in all seriousness, it's a really good resource to have right now. I know people are scared to call in and
Yes.
ask their questions because they don't want to air their dirty laundry, so to speak, on the radio or on Facebook or on YouTube. But the fact is that there are so many people out there with family law issues, divorce issues, child
Do you
support
guys do
issues.
free consultation?
On the radio, we certainly do.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you're out there and you're listening and you can get the answer from an attorney and you're a little bit embarrassed, I say just call and change your name and ask a question.
Yeah.
Use
Because
call
it's,
for a
you know,
friend.
Just say, hey, my name is David Squeeze Annakie.
Exactly.
All right, and I have a question. And the telephone
works.
number is 1-800.
and feel free to use that, you know.
You can
because-
use that.
Yeah.
Or use his old middle name, Eugene. All right, he gave it back, so somebody else is now
That was not my name.
We're actually getting guesses
you
on your
did
middle
say
name
before it
right
starts
now.
with a G, right? It
Hugo.
was-
I heard Hugo and
Hugo.
I heard Augustus.
Yeah, I think it's Hugo the Hurricane, yes.
No.
Octavius is the.
Octavius.
Nope.
Julius Caesar.
Nope.
Et tu, Brute?
Nope.
No?
Come on.
Nope. Let's go to Sharon.
Yeah, that was the guess.
1-800-529-5465.
Is that like what you
If you
wear,
got
like
questions
a
on
Hawaii?
divorce, if you got questions on child support, questions on
no, that's
immigration,
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
we're ready to answer those questions
Let's
at
talk about this case again.
1-800-LawLink. 1-800-529-5465. We have 3 attorneys in the room that's ready, willing, and able to answer immigration, family, that's divorce, child support, and much more. All right, let's go to Sharon. Sharon, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, it's fun listening to you guys. I listen the whole day. Yes.
Everybody keeps saying that, no matter what we do. All right, go ahead.
I have 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, okay, my friend, she got a work permit, I think, in March, somewhere about there. How long now she has to wait to do her interview?
Is it marriage based? What is
Marriage.
marriage?
Yeah.
Green card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anywhere. Usually, it should be at least 2 months after you get your work permit.
But it could be
'cause-
4 or
but
5
it could be
months.
4 or 5, anywhere.
Yeah.
6 months to a year after filing. Sometimes longer if they need to do additional.
But it should be, yeah, it depends on what the background check they're doing on you. But it should be 6 months, but on average, it's taking about 8 months now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay, next question.
Next question.
My
Everyone's got 2
nephew,
questions.
he marry American citizen. But, like, before they reach even 2 years, she divorced him. And he allowed his 2-year green card to run out. He didn't renew it back. Or didn't apply for his tenure. What can he do now to get things going on? Because I told him, I said, the best bet for you right now is to get married again.
Well, he can still file to remove the conditions. He can do a late filing waiver,
And
and if he has a divorce, he can
Hopefully
file
that
based
marriage
on
is
a
a
waiver.
bona fide
of the
relationship.
Yeah, he would
law.
have to get divorced. He gets divorced and he has a good reason why he's filing late, and if he can prove it was a real marriage, he doesn't need to be, quote unquote, married again, and I'm presuming what you're saying is married in a bona fide marriage. Just don't go randomly find somebody on the street corner to go get married.
That's what I'm saying. Make sure it's bona fide.
But I would file the late application first, because even if he goes in gets married to the girlfriend, and she files for him, the first question out of their mouth is,
did you file?
What happened? How come you didn't file to remove your conditions? What's going on?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so let him come back.
He have a lawyer. He have a lawyer, and it's the same thing the lawyer tell him. I said no. I sent him your link. I sent the link to his mom. I said, listen, let him talk to these people, because I think there's something you can do to rather than have to marry again.
Correct. Yeah. That is actually poor advice by the lawyer. You should always try to go remove the conditions first. He could absolutely go get married again. Yeah. Okay, and have that in his back pocket if the removal of the conditions doesn't work out for him. Nothing's preventing him from getting married again, but the steps would be file a late application to remove the conditions with an excuse why you're filing late, with a divorce, with proof that it was a real marriage. You're entitled to your green card.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he wasn't really married, because she go to Jamaica and marry him and take him up, and then like maybe 6-7 months after she threw him out and divorced him. So.
Well, it was a short-lived real marriage. A very short, threw him out, but it was short-lived but real.
Yeah, it's a legitimate marriage.
You know what happens is with people, especially when they never live together.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, people they fall in love, and it's like a fantasy.
Love and living together, not.
Right. It's like a fantasy, because you go down, let's say you go down to Jamaica, it's like you're on vacation, you're in this tropical environment.
You're in this, and gets in this euphoric.
And then you come back to America, and then you're like, oh, I'm in love, I'm going to file it, and then they come in, and then the reality of living together day to day with the economic pressures of life, when you have the economic pressures of life and the day-to-day living together, leaving the toilet seat up, everybody's own idiosyncrasies, you get thrown out after 7 months.
It wasn't like that.
It was not like that.
It was a relationship they had from school days growing up. Right? She come here, become a citizen, and then she go home back and marry him, and then a couple months after she take him up, she threw him out. I mean, I'm not sure what's going. Throw him out for another guy. It goes sour, right? Yeah. Okay, don't want to hold up the line, because you have more people on the child support. My husband pays child support.
Oh, child support issue, Megan.
He has never got to see this child. Every time he call the wife to see her, she's like, oh, you have to see the child when I'm there and all those things. He never get a chance to see this child, because we're together for like maybe almost 3 years.
Okay,
and I only saw this child once.
Okay, so he needs to come in and see me. He absolutely has a right to see his child. All he needs to do is file for visitation with the court. So he should come in and do a consultation with us, and we can help him with that.
Where do you live?
We're in Florida.
Okay, so you can't come in Florida.
He can't come in.
What he needs to do is, if the mother of the child is preventing him from seeing the child on a regular basis and is pulling these quote-unquote power moves that you'll see him when I decide you'll see him, then what he has to do...
Oh, you can't see your father until you're 18. So then every time he threatened her, I need a DNA, she let him see this child. Every time he threatened her that, okay, I need a DNA. I'm going to go to the court, I need a DNA. That's how he gets to see the child.
I need to hear Megan respond to this. Let the attorney respond to this. Let the attorney respond.
How old's the child?
She's 5. She's 5.
So he needs to get into court immediately. If he has concerns about, is he voluntarily paying child support, or is it through a court order?
I keep telling him that he's afraid, because they treat him so bad when he goes to the court.
Is he paying it?
He's so afraid.
Is he paying it?
He's paying child support. Yeah, he's paying now. He wasn't paying before.
Is there a court order? No. Is there a court order for child support?
No.
Let me say this.
When I go to the court says, they say it is I don't remember, they use a word, say that is child support is because of the condition. They and he was in arrears for so much. So now I keep telling him, go to the court.
All right, Sharon. Let me give you just some bullet points here. Number one is, he can't be being treated any worse than he is right now.
Right.
He's paying money to a child that he may or may not be his, and he's not even allowed to see the child. Can you be treated any worse than that by the court? I don't think so. So if you go to court, Okay?
With a lawyer.
With a lawyer who's going to protect your rights in Florida. You don't go to court by yourself. You go to court with a lawyer because you know who represents themselves? A fool. A fool represents themselves, and a smart person hires an attorney. All right? When I have to go to court for my own personal issues, do you know who represents me? An attorney, and it's not me. Yeah. And I'm an attorney.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm not telling you anything different than how I live my life. And he has to go into court, and he has to go and do 3 things. 1, paternity test. 2, get a court-ordered child support payment. 3, ask for a visitation schedule that has nothing to do with the mother when she decides it's time for him to see the child. It's because he has a right to see the child because he is presumably the father.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay, Steve, he's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's trying to find out what is the court support order.
Put him on. So what? Put him on. Let him talk to us.
He's listening.
Virgin, let me tell you what the problem here is before you answer, Megan. When most people, and I'm stereotyping right now, especially of the Caribbean community, hear about court, they think jail time is possible. That's the first thing they're thinking of. So they're scared and they run from that. Go ahead. What is your go ahead. What clarity you want now, my brother?
He's talking. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What was that again? The court? No, something about the paperwork.
All right, so this is where we're at, just so we can give you an update, all right? Apparently you have a child, he's 5 or she's 5. You're not being able to see this child.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Has a child.
Sharon is concerned about the child's welfare, your relationship with the child. We're giving Sharon advice that you need to go to family court, have a paternity test, get a court-ordered child support payment that's on a regular basis, and a court-ordered visitation, because it's not for the mother to decide when you see the child. You have a right to see this child. It is your child, presumably, as well.
It has nothing to do with money.
And has nothing to do with money, correct. So then Sharon said, here, talk to these people. And then you said, huh? What's going on here? So now I'm giving you up to date.
And then I say, hold the line, and we'll get you set up to speak with Megan, and she can help you with this because you have rights.
Let's hold it. Hold on 1 second. All right, because he's going, ha, 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 ha. All right, let's go to Jody has a child support question, too.
1-800-529-5465. We're doing a Brad and Squeeze show. We have attorneys here answering immigration questions and also family law questions. We've got Jacqueline, Just Megan, and Bradford H. Bernstein.
Bradford H.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to Jody, who has a child support question right here on the Brad and Squeeze show. Jody.
Hi, good afternoon.
A pleasant one.
Okay, I have a child support question.
Mm-hmm.
My son's father paid child support through the garnishes paycheck.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, so but lately he's been harassing me, knowing that I'm undocumented in the country, so he's threatening me like if I'm doing anything illegal he's gonna call immigration and all that. But I have full custody of my son because they didn't want to do he don't want to have nothing to do with my son, so I have full custody of him, but he pays child support.
Okay.
So now he's texting me, telling me that I'm supposed to go to court with him so he could find out what is right, or he's going to go to court to amend those taxes because apparently he's not getting no tax.
Well,
so
okay. I mean, if he's harassing you, you're entitled to an order of protection, and you can get that out of family court. So that's number 1.
That's 1. Mm-hmm.
2, he can't just sign away his rights to his child. So you should say no to that because you're entitled to receive child support. If he doesn't want anything to do with your child, he doesn't have to have anything to do with them beyond paying child support. But the court is not going to let him just become a legal stranger to this child. So you don't have to worry about that. And then 3, if he may go back to court on the issue of whether or not to claim the child on his taxes. If the child's not living with him, he can't claim the child. So if you have an order of custody, the IRS will look into it.
Okay.
All right. So basically, what I think you actually should do is also hold and have an attorney such as Megan, we call her Just Megan, handle this for you.
And she's not just Megan.
She's more than just Megan.
Sounds like a 70s TV sitcom.
But that's a name that we give her when she comes here. All right. But the family law attorney Megan can actually help you where that is concerned. So do me a favor, just hold the line because these are very, very important questions that you're actually asking. And I have said to the powers to be that we should just do a straight family law program. And the first thing that comes to mind to someone is this company called American Express. You know, and I'm saying it's not about that. It's about helping people, Brad. I honestly believe that Megan.
What does American Express have anything to do with this?
Oh, a whole lot. I believe that Megan and I should actually do a show.
We're going to do our family law segment?
Yes, we should.
All right.
I know you and I can do at least a half hour.
Child support.
I'm telling you. We can do a sitcom called Just Megan, and we're all about child support and get and Squeeze.
By the way, Daniel, you don't know Squeeze well enough yet. That's him saying, "Let me do another show and I'll get more money, make more money. I'm gonna get paid more money."
You think the O'Shaughnessy's are giving us this airtime for free? Yeah. Airtime is not for free.
You gotta understand where
the O'Shaughnessy's they don't play around. David, listen,
Jody, hold on one second.
Get some money now. You know?
Yeah.
All right, so hold on, Jody. We're going to take care of you. We got Clive also. And by the way, we need to go to the social media rapid round real quick.
Why don't we do that first?
The social media rapid round.
Because we're going to run out of time.
Because Zenmar is going to scream later on if we don't.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, so let's go to the rapid round. Do I go first? If I'm filing for my mother, can I also file for her dependent children, which would be my brother and sister, and get them all here at the same time?
No, you can file for them separately, but they ain't coming here at the same time. Brothers and sisters are 10 years.
Okay.
And don't ever say ain't. It's not an English word.
We all know that's another word. Who said ain't?
I said ain't. I'm reminding myself.
So you're correcting yourself. So why are you telling us that and you're the one who said it? I don't say ain't. My mother would slap me silly if I ever use the word ain't.
Because I'm correcting myself. I'm lambasting myself. I'm an equal opportunity.
I'm going to call your mother real soon.
Okay.
Okay, you come from a nice, good Jewish family using the word ain't. Come on, give me a break, man. All right, Carl, it's your turn, man. 1 for 1.
All right, when doing the adjustment of status, they ask for a legal family name. In this instance, since I am newly married, would it be my married name or is it my previous name before marriage?
Whatever you choose.
Whatever. Oh, she beat me to it. Whatever name you want. It's a modern world.
Kick the crap out of Brad, yeah. Is it true that if a person overstayed their visa, got married, and goes for an interview, they'll be sent back to their home country?
Wow.
All right.
A lady who had an active visa, she traveled to Mexico but lost her travel documents. She had one son left back in the U.S. and had to come get him. She was caught coming over the border without her documents. She explained to the officer that she had to sign a paper of voluntary departure and was told not to come back for 5 years. She ended up coming back illegally, and the 5 years will be up in August. She is now married to a U.S. citizen. How does she go about getting her papers?
Her problem is
she has an illegal entry.
She has an illegal entry after a prior order of deportation, which is now a criminal act.
Yeah.
She has a big problem, and she should not be discussing it on social media.
Good one. Do I need a lawyer for a divorce court?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Wow, that was quick. I didn't know you really do.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
You always need a lawyer if you're going to court.
It's not like Ferguson represented himself when they did the shooting on a train. Didn't he represent himself?
What?
This is 20 years ago.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yeah.
You remember that case?
Yeah, he originally had a Jamaican lawyer who he fired.
Right.
And that, I forgot the guy's name. He moved back to Jamaica.
Like you don't want to go yourself.
Which guy?
The guy with that.
But he was originally, when I was on 105.9 FM and started...
Thanks a lot for promoting them on 93.5.
Yeah, well, they don't do this anymore.
Okay, but it still exists.
It still exists, but that's where it originally was 25 years ago. He had 1 week and I had 1 week, and we kept going back and forth. And then he represented the train shooter.
Right. And then the train shooter represented himself.
Train shooter fired him, and then he moved back to Jamaica. And next thing I know, I'm doing the Brad and Squeeze show.
There you
go. None of that has anything to do with needing
absolutely nothing.
Which you do. Thank you very much. I was just going back through my history, but I forgot the
order of protection and thrown out of your house, which you share to your married wife.
His name.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I have a very long question again. Yes. Getting an order, suffering, being homeless, and ended up in the mental hospital, being jailed 44 times. Can those records be removed? Your face, sorry, Brad.
44 times? What happened?
Yeah.
He was arrested 44.
And he wants to know if a record...
Got arrested 44 times?
I would say...
There's more to the question.
I would say, at this point, 44 times...
It's going to be a challenge.
It would be a challenge
so he wants to
have 44 records vacated and take it off of your record.
I don't think he needs a lawyer. He needs like a hacker.
Yeah.
He needs Putin.
Yeah, you need, Daniel, very funny. Daniel, with the best legal advice of the day, he needs a hacker, not a lawyer, to remove those from the computer system.
All right, I got to give you the rest of it though, because
Well, by the way, Anthony says that Ferguson. That's what happened in Missouri.
That's
Oh, it happened in
Okay.
St. Louis.
That's what happened in
That's
Missouri.
completely different.
Right.
Completely different
Ferguson
shooting.
is a
It's in-
city.
yeah.
Okay, and the train shooter's name was something different from the 90s.
What was it?
I don't remember, but it was not Ferguson.
I don't know why I thought his name was
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Maybe because you have Ferguson on the
Could be.
mind.
His last name could have been Ferguson.
That's what I'm thinking. His
Could've
last
been the same.
That would be very ironic.
Yeah, I believe his name was
I
Ferguson.
grew up in Ferguson.
Huh?
I grew up
You grew up in Ferguson?
Yeah, St. Louis.
Really?
That's where I'm from.
Also.
Okay, good day. I have a 4-month-old, which is an American, but he's in another country with me. You slowly blow, man. I got unconditional landing for him. The father and I are at odds, and he's threatening to lie that I kidnapped our child, and so they can revoke my tourist visa. I just want to know what I should do to be in the right, and also how can I file child support when I'm not present in America. This is from Irreplaceable Me.
All right. Well, I mean, in
That's
terms of
all.
the child support, you can file. I'm assuming the father lives here. Is that the
Pretty
presumption?
much, yeah, that's a
okay,
presumption,
so if the
yes.
father lives in New York, you could file through the New York courts. They have out of country filings, so that's not an issue. You could contact us and we can help you with that.
By the way, on December 7th, 1993, as a Long Island Railroad train pulled into the Maryland Avenue station in Garden City, New York, a passenger identified as Colin Ferguson
Thank you.
Yeah.
pulled out his gun and started firing at other passengers. He killed 6, wounded 19, before being stopped by 3 passengers. February 95, Ferguson was convicted of the 6 murders and is now spending 315 years and 8 months of life.
And he represented himself.
And he represented himself.
I was right.
Note to
Nobody listens to Squeeze. Nobody listens to
Now,
Squeeze.
I will say
Nobody listens to
that
Squeeze.
probably 100 people witnessed him.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
100 people did witness him shoot
It was.
and kill other people, so most likely
It wouldn't have helped.
it would not have helped, but still,
It doesn't hurt.
it doesn't hurt.
To get a lawyer.
I
It
think
doesn't hurt.
Perhaps-
Or your sentence.
perhaps maybe he would have got 215 years
Yeah.
and not 315.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I was just saying, nobody listens to me. Come on, Daniel,
So the
pick up
guy
for me
who
for a
was
minute, here, man.
arrested 44 times wants to know. His wife filed for divorce while he...
At number 1, number 10, number
maybe
30.
44. Let's give him
Number
the bet.
40.
He was in jail and not disclosing assets.
And which arrest was that? Number 1, number 10, number 30?
Maybe 44. Let's give him
Number
the benefit of the
44,
doubt.
okay.
And so the wife divorced him, didn't disclose the assets that they purchased together. It's been 10 years. Is there anything you can do to get your rights back, even if she transferred or sold the house or got rid of it to prevent her spouse from getting anything? He
He wants to reopen his divorce proceeding,
If he was properly served, even if he was incarcerated and he ignored
but
the
he
papers.
said he was not given notice.
That's
He
not what he
says
said. He
his
said that they
wife-
didn't disclose the assets in the papers, but that she filed for divorce while he was in jail. So if he ignored the papers, probably not.
If he was not
if
properly
he was not
served.
properly served, then yes. I mean, it's worth talking to us.
Squeeze, his wife spent all his money and used the credit card and destroyed his credit.
Wow,
now
this
the
is
marshal's
this is-
running after him. Is there anything that USA Credit?
The only part of that we can help him with is repair the credit. But as far as
And
the
you
marshal,
stop the marshal
no,
from
I know.
chasing him.
You know, we can't do anything about the marshal chasing him. He has to settle. He has to basically, settle his debt.
This guy is not having
He has bad luck.
He's not having a good run here.
Yeah.
44 arrests. His wife divorced him behind his back.
But let him know the marshal can lock him up for his credit.
This is
All right.
brutal.
So that's the only good thing.
I'm just trying to understand his life here. 44 times arrested. His wife divorces him behind his back while he's in jail, steals his house, takes his money, and now he wants to know if Squeeze can help him with his credit problems. It's the least of his problems.
Somebody said, hold on. Somebody said that Colin Ferguson was killed in jail.
Well, that's sad.
It's possible.
All right, we have more questions.
All right. Okay. If I'm filing for my mother, can I also file for her dependent children, which would be my brother and sister, and get them here with her at the same time?
We read that, I think.
Oh, did?
believe. But you have to, if they are your
Squeeze has
siblings, you have
Ferguson
to
on the mind
file
story.
separately.
I have a lot of
there's
things on there.
There's a long wait for brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Okay. What documents do I submit with my daughter's I-130? She's in Jamaica.
proof of your relationship. So her birth certificate.
All right, my friend.
Oh, depending on if it's a mother or father. We're not unsure about that. If it's a mother, birth certificate. If it's a father, perhaps more evidence if she wasn't legitimated at the time of her birth.
Okay.
How can someone get a green card without being filed for or married?
You can self-petition if you're abused spouse. That's about it.
Or the
SIJ if you're a child. Special immigrant juvenile petition, which Megan.
Or the investor's visa.
My friend is separated from her husband and she moved out of town with the kids without the father knowing. Can she get in trouble?
Yes. Depending. It depends. If she was an abused spouse, she's allowed to flee, so it depends.
By the way, I'm just seeing here, I don't see that Ferguson died in prison. He may have. But he was the subject of a Saturday Night Live comedy sketch.
That's not right.
In which he was portrayed by Tim Meadows and declared as his own attorney, I did not shoot them, they shot me. That was, I'm just reading, and asked witnesses questions about shooting him while they were on the stand and ducking.
That seems like still too soon.
Yes, that was very, and that was, Saturday Night Live did a little too soon in 1993 when this happened.
That's how Gillibrand got her start,
Yeah.
right? Her husband was shot.
The congressman,
We're running out of time.
Yes.
And we
What
still have
else?
to answer the rest of social media.
Okay.
Can someone who's deported for 3 degrees felony be told that they can come back in 10 years?
Depends what the felony was for.
You need to look at that conviction.
If it's not drugs, it's possible.
Yeah, and you need somebody obviously to file for you.
It's got to be 10 years from the deportation and at least 15 years from the conviction of the crime.
If your child's father left her life and never paid child support, you later learn that this man is dead, can you sue his estate?
I mean, that's a complicated question, so you'd have to come in and talk to me. I don't want to give. I mean, if there's no child support order, he didn't owe anything.
Right. If there was a child support order and he didn't pay it, then the estate owes it.
Yeah.
But you're going to end up paying a lawyer more than probably what the value of the child support payments that he didn't pay, assuming that there's even money in the estate.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just about done. Let's make it legal. Thank you, attorneys.
No problem.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465.
I didn't even see this. Yeah, you know, it's very sad when there's a terrorist attack and only one person dies and it doesn't make the news anymore. Yeah. I mean, you gotta kill a whole bunch of people for it to be. Yeah.